It was a it was a chance for some old champions of the past to return to some form of on-field relevance. Black tie was the dress. Carlton Draft's annual draft last night. Meat market for struggling clubs to choose from. See if they can get a rise.
Magpies.
Lee Montagna, Magpie as a kid. Finally, he's going to wear the black and white stripes. Castlemaine is where our Joey is headed to try to save them, to lift them. Wow. Flatty went pick 5. I don't think that was particularly clever by the clubs involved.
Pretty high. 5.
It was only 6.
Jared, the word is it was a steal. I was a steal at pick 5 is what they're saying.
We had him higher on our chart.
That's a bargain get. Bargain.
Sporty after it, I'm telling you. He comes into his own.
Yes, but there is the little bit of a rider. This is quite a good league.
Yeah, the Bendigo League, Robbo.
Yeah.
Your hood. Yeah. So
were they playing at home? Do you know?
It'll be a Castlemaine home game.
At the Camp Reserve, mate.
Yep. So
is it a wide ground?
Apparently it's very narrow.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
No wings, so.
It is.
What are you going to do? He's checked it out.
I've already had a look. No roof on it either. I'm used to that. So we'll be right. It'll be
no
good fun,
roofs,
Jared. Not sure how well we'll go. We'll see. It'll be a good day.
It'll be good fun, buddy.
To go pick 5 with that pitch.
It won't be a good. It won't be a good day.
Shall we? Let's get into the watch list. 2 years ago in this segment, you nommed Jeremy Cameron as the best player in the competition, and that has become a repeated theme. It's strong this week, so you're going back to it with the 196-centimetre migraine.
Yeah, I think Joey and I have shown him most weeks on first crack, and it's not necessarily him, the player, 196, whatever he is. It's the way he's playing, and the challenge that he's now posing to the opposition coach's box. How do you handle him? And I'm not worried about the meaningless games. I'm worried about the games that are upcoming. Melbourne on the weekend, contender. Port Adelaide the week after. Giants in 4 weeks. Swans in 6 weeks. How are they going to handle what is the most difficult matchup in the competition? Working right up the ground and then getting back. So I went back and had a look at his goals today, just to see how he's scoring and where he's coming from. Is he the target inside 50? Is he getting out the front of stoppage? Is he a pseudo wingman? So of the 19 goals that he's kicked outside of the 6 for the Kangaroos games, which we're not going to go into too much, getting from midfield running back inside 50 is the threat that he really poses. So maximum damage is what we're talking about. So you can see there, in terms of ball winning, he's nowhere. So he's become an uncontested possession player. 75% of his possessions are uncontested, which is amazing. So he's almost like a link player. But his damage on the end of that is huge. Top 5 in the competition. He's not winning one-on-ones. So I look at that and say, okay, is the matchup, the fact that he's getting a larger matchup, stopping him winning one-on-ones? Or is he not really in them? He's only been in 14. And when he's targeted inside 50, even though he's not targeted much, every time it's a goal. Top 3 in the competition. So the returns are huge. So you have to look at how Chris Scott's using this guy and what matchup you need to go with. Everyone just says, off the top of their tongue, they say, system. But system's getting destroyed by this guy. So if you want to keep rolling out system, he'll kick 5, he'll kick 4, he'll set up another 3 or 4, and the game will be over. Joey's shown their half forwards the last couple of weeks on this program, Myers and those sorts of guys. But I just want to highlight where he's coming from to get his goals. So a lot of double-up stuff. There's a lot of first possession, first receive, and then follow up. Now, his opponent's trying to locate him on the way through. You've got no hope when that's the case. So they call it the spy roll, if you like. So someone waiting off and holding as a high half-back or a centre half-back. As soon as he takes 3 steps, he's got separation. So I'm qualifying his goals. So of his 19, 10 are uncontested marks and 7 are in play. That's just the matchup that's inadequate, whether it's athletically not capable or just a complete size mismatch. So look here, straight in, gone. There's no one locating him. There's too many players in the mix, in the junk, for them to actually get back and do anything meaningful in a defensive sense. So 5 of the 13 goals outside the North Melbourne game of him coming inside, back in, and 3 are from straight out centre bounce work. So he'll go and stand in the drop zone at centre bounce. The quick surge kick that comes out is a contest between him and someone else. So there's the bulk of his goals. So I'll look at it and say, okay, what does history tell us? So when GW was sitting down at match committee or the Sydney Swans, is there some evidence, is there a template of what's worked? And I think you have to go back to middle of last year when he was on fire. Nathan Broad for Richmond just went everywhere with him and played him like a traditional halfback flanker, back shoulder, and just was difficult to play against. So it didn't go to the nth degree every time. But that's where he kills you, 50 to 70. So he located him. He didn't really get physical with him. He was prepared to engage in the running battle. And he's a good player. He's going to get some ball. But Broad just made sure that if he was going to be beaten, it was going to be in a contest, and it was probably going to be between 50 and 70 from goal. And it was going to be a marking contest, nothing easy. So he stays goal side all the way.
He just cuts him off for the run. Doesn't let him run.
What are your thoughts, boys? Because this is going to be a challenge.
We had Jeremy Howe on last night. And we asked him, how did you play Jeremy Cameron? He goes, you've got to decide where you go up. And exactly what you just said then, Kingy.
But that's what everyone's done. They've held, and it hasn't worked. So this is middle of last year, round 9 last year. So what do you think?
How many
Charlie,
Nathan
when you
Broads?
look at this? Well, that's have you got one? So is Iden the man for Jet West? Is it Mills when he comes back? Is it McVie this week? Or do you say, geez, we don't really have one. We might have to hold 1 or 2 behind the ball and change the game from what they normally play.
Because he loses you in the junk, doesn't he? If he gets high and then everyone gets caught up in the team defence, he just cruises back and does his own thing. So you need to have someone that's basically assigned to him.
How did Dent go last week? Because he got 4 on Young last week.
Yeah,
and then he got 1. And I thought Dent did an OK job on him after he got 4 on Young.
The problem is I'm not worried about the teams that are not going to be there. I think you've got to worry about the ones that, like I just said, Melbourne, Port, Sydney, GWS. Let's look
Carlton
at
will be there, won't he?
Carlton will be there, but Lewis Young wasn't the right matchup.
No, he wasn't.
He took him wherever he wanted him. He basically he sets you up. All the time he's setting you up for that angled sort of slalom run back to goal. And that's a matchup he's enjoyed in the past too. So I'm put it on watch for the next month. Let's keep an eye on what the best teams and the best coaches do.